Good evening, everyone, and welcome again to another session of the action plan. Again, we have our in-house finance expert, Vivek, with us. Good evening, Vivek. How are you today?
Good evening, Grenville. How are you?
I'm doing awesome, Vivek. Always catching up with you is a pleasure. So we're back together again. So I'm really enjoying the evening part with you. So for today, again, we'll pick up the continuation of our last week, earlier week session we did, which I saw a lot of reception from the people about generally how to plan their finances and how to make their future more stable, right? So I think one thing which we always don't realize, as you rightly said in the last speech, is the importance of insuring ourselves against risk, the very first step of the pyramid, to secure risk as a very first step. So as we both agreed, we decided on taking up term insurance. So even though I do have a little bit of experience in it, I'm going to leave it to you. So what is term insurance, Vivek? Let's start with that.
Okay. So before probably me answering that question, I just want to understand what is the perspective from a common man. Okay. So what do you understand by a term insurance?
Now, as the word says term, I think it is a long-term insurance, I think is what it intends, I guess.
So to keep it very short, we have a lifetime, right? Usually a person works till like 58, 60, and probably is alive till like 70, 75. So what happens is the dependency on that particular breadwinner is there for a very, very long time. Okay. So basically, at any point of time, an uncertainty can hit him or hit his family. Okay. So basically, we are protecting the breadwinner from any kind of uncertainties. And in case if it hits, still the family will be taken care. So that's the purpose of an term insurance. Okay.
Great.
So it all depends upon an individual. People can take term insurance till they're touching 60, and probably you can go up to a whole life period as well. Or some people go up to 85. So it all depends upon an individual.
Right. No, see, so when we say term insurance, I'm just trying to get to the basic concept about what is term insurance to start with, right? So when somebody says, I'm going to take a term insurance, basically he's securing the risk of his life, right? For the whole possible existence of a person. If anything happens in between, some amount of money comes back to his dependents, so that the remaining part of their lives, they could use that as a sort of income for them to survive. Is that right? Is that my understanding correct?
So there are multiple ways of getting the benefits, Grenville. And sometimes what happens is you get an entire lump sum on a device of a breadwinner. Sometimes what happens, it comes in a staggered manner. It all depends upon what kind of policy you have taken and what kind of options you have selected. So in short, on demise of a breadwinner, you will get a lump sum. Probably we'll keep it very short and simple.
Correct. So which is good. So I mean that's one way of securing your risk, right? I mean, life is uncertain and we never know what could happen. While people prefer not to talk about it, this is the reality of life, right? That our lives are not something that is permanent. So when we go about talking about the importance of term insurance, Vivek, what all do you think that a person should now? Today I'm say I'm 25. I wish I was, but let's say really I'm 25. Okay, why should I worry about what's going to happen at 40 or what's going to happen at 60? No, I should be thinking about how I can make the best of the money I have. And as you rightly said last time in our session, everybody is running after what is the return on their investment. Correct. So for a person who's in that mindset, a term insurance gives you a very low return on your investment. Correct. So why would somebody need to get into, am I wrong in that assumption itself, or am I right there?
No, see, you take a term insurance not for getting returns actually. Right. You get a lump sum amount. See, you don't get interest out of whatever you're paying the premium. It's not like kind of an endowment plan, right? I invest like 2 lakh rupees for 10 years and I get a big amount at the end of the term. It's not that way. You pay a very small amount of, like, for an example, right? A 25 years old guy probably will be paying only 6,000 or 7,000 rupees towards his term insurance. During a period of that policy term, if anything happens, probably you may be getting like 80 lakhs or 90 lakhs, depending upon whatever he has opted for in that policy, right? So it's not, it probably you are getting much more than whatever you are paying. In fact, basically it takes care of your income during your absence. That's what it is.
You're correct. No, I'm just trying to put it in perspective of what should be the people's mindset. They should not look at this as a return on investment per se, right? It is in case of happening to your life, a risk to your life itself. what happens then? Then your return on investment, all of it goes out of the equation altogether, right? That time you're really looking for just basic needs. So I think when somebody, as you last time in your session, you were saying, when you're talking about risk management as a very first step of investment, it's not about what returns it's going to give you, more as what is going to be your risk if you're not even there to bring the income to the house. So that should be a first change of a mindset, I think, of people saying, first, let me talk about securing the different risks that happen in my life, and then talk about taking it and making the rest part of my investment as what would I secure as a return on my investment as a second phase. Correct, Vivek?
That's absolutely right. Okay, I think we need to get into basics to understand much better. Okay, first of all, unless until there are no dependents for you, there is no need to take a term insurance. Okay, assume that you're a single, there are no dependency, and there is no financial impact because of that particular person's demise. Absolutely, you need not take term insurance at all. But if there is a financial dependency on that particular person, like probably it may be parents, it can be a wife, it can be kids. If there is a financial dependency, it's obvious you need to have this risk coverage in place. That's the first thing. Second thing is why we need to take term insurance, right? See, for it can be, for example, let us take parents or probably a wife or a kid, right? At the end of the day, you need shelter, you need food, you need clothing. These are the basic stuffs. Whether the breadwinner is alive or not, these are the basic things which needs to be available till their lifetime. Okay. So since there is a dependency on the breadwinner, during his period, right, during his income period, absolutely there are no issues, there are no any threats. But if something happens to that breadwinner, now what's going to happen to the dependents? Now it can be parents or it can be wife or a kid. What will happen to them?
They will
right?
be
That's the reason. Yeah, so that's the reason you need to have a term insurance, provided if you are having dependents, it's mandatory.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So again, as you said, it's about having somebody depending on somebody else to take care of them. Correct? And this is going to substitute the absence of that person who is the breadwinner for the family, basically. Correct?
I've seen many families, many people have actually questioned me, what is the need and why there is a need. I've seen many families, they don't really take this very seriously. And unfortunately, I've seen those breadwinners demise. And today, most of the families are on streets today. They are not able to have the same kind of lifestyle. And in fact, I really pity those families today. And that's the first reason why I take this as very serious. Whenever my clients come in, I ensure that my basic protection is in place.
No, I totally agree with what you're saying, Vivek. And that was going to be my next question, saying, what is the need for term insurance was what is going to be my question. I think you answered it in a way. I think there are so many examples out there, as you said, where you have people who are really on the streets because of not visualizing what could be the situation if the breadwinner is out of the picture, right? I think that is what which people realize too late by not planning to secure this part of the risk of the uncertainty of life. So I think that is, I think,
I want to take this opportunity to tell all the wives actually at home, in case if they are not earning, they really need to ensure that all their husbands are protected. They have taken life insurance. They need to ensure that at least they have taken insurance for minimum 10 to 15 times of their annual gross income. So that's a basic thumb rule. I would really request all the wives at home or housewives to ensure that their husbands take the insurance at least for 1 crore to 1.5 crores, depending upon their income.
Yeah, just a small correction that nowadays I think the ladies and men both working. So if the woman is the earning person of the family, I think the same rule applies on the other side too.
Yeah, of course.
If they're the working person, so males don't sit quiet. Please make sure your wife is also secured with the term insurance, so that the whole point is that the breadwinner should be secured. I think that is the crux of this story, right, Vivek?
That's right.
Okay, so
the reason why the reason why I said housewife is because those are the people who get maximum affected when the breadwinner is no more. If the wife is also working, somehow we can manage the situation, right? But in some of the families, housewife doesn't work, right? So they don't have any exposure to the outside world, and those are the people who get affected to the maximum. So that's the reason I said that.
No, true. No, but actually, Vivek, just to add on to this, I know a family, one of my known friends, the husband suddenly passed away and his wife is still working too, right? But still, nowadays, the households sometimes cannot manage with just one salary as it is, right? The husband and wife both need to work to keep the house going. So his exit from the family caused a big vacuum for the economy, for the daughter studying in college and had to pay the fees. There was not enough money. So luckily, he had taken his life insurance. Right, that money came as a lifesaver. And when talking to the family, I actually offered to help, saying that you need any help from me, let me know. They said, no, no, by God's grace, he had the foresight to act. And he's not very old, right? He's a middle-aged person. So at least he luckily had the foresight to really make sure that his life was insured. And that is what is sustaining the family now going forward. They've invested that money into mutual funds and also into FDs and stuff to get some sort of returns on those investments, which is forming a sort of passive income to what his wife is still earning too. She's still working for, luckily, she's employed. So this helped make that burden of finance be much less on her rather than going and having to stop the daughter and make her go and start working, which would have been very unfortunate, right?
That's a very good case history. I think people who are watching this, I think they really need to be very careful and they need to be very sensitive about this issue actually.
Right. So what are the other reasons you feel that term insurance is so important, Vivek? I mean, we've talked about, okay, generally it secures the finance and the way that people manage their lives. But do you feel that there is some basic thing that we should keep in mind when we think about taking the money and putting it into a quick return rather than putting it into insurance? I mean, on that, I want to enforce that point to the viewers of the video.
See, basically, term insurance is not an investment tool at all. It is just a risk protection tool. Okay, and you are not going to invest a hell of a lot of money. Probably it's going to cost you a cup of. What would be a cup of coffee today? Probably like 25 rupees in a hotel.
Yeah.
Max to max. Okay, that's what it costs you at the end of the day. Okay, so don't look at your risk protection as your investment tool. You are not going to get any returns unless until there is a demise of the breadwinner. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second thing is, now I've seen many people saying that, sir, என்னோட company வந்து எனக்கு insurance பண்ணிருக்கு சார், அதனால நான் வந்து separate எடுக்க தேவையில்லை. My sincere request to those people is, yes, that's going to be an added advantage to you, but I still prefer people taking their personal term insurance. The reason is there are bright chances that at any given point of time, that person may be fired, or probably he may switch over to a different profile, or he may start his own business. Okay. So at that point of time, what happens is the moment he exits from that company, the coverage ceases there itself. Okay. If something happens in between, within the short period of like 1 month or 2 months, before even he takes the next policy, right, he is still in danger, right? So that's one thing. Second thing is, the reason why I want to have, why I request people to take their personal term insurance is, it's always better to take at a very young age, because even you have like 3 lakhs or 4 lakhs in hand, you cannot purchase a term policy. Term policy is only awarded based on your health condition. If your health condition is bad, even if you have money in your pocket, I don't think so any insurance company would give you. So preferably take term insurance at a very young age. Like, for example, the moment, probably the best time would be the moment you take your first salary, probably kickstart your term insurance from there. Okay. Second thing is, assume that, see, in today's world, one is the lifestyle issue, and second thing is traffic. Okay. Anything happen, the person who is walking on a footpath also can meet with an accident.
True.
Okay. Assume that the particular person is operated for some reason, you will be denied term insurance. Or probably because of a lifestyle issue, assume that at a very young age, that person develops a diabetes or a cholesterol or any kind of critical illness, for example. I'm telling you, he may not even get a term insurance at all, or even if he get it, probably the premium will be like double the premium of a normal person. Okay. So because of all this potholes, I prefer people taking term insurance at a very young age when they are healthy. So, okay. That's my suggestion.
That brings a very good question. Sorry, I cut you off, but I have just a thought came to me. I think that makes a very good case for taking term insurance very young, because this was always in my mind. So say I'm young, my health is perfectly fine, right? and I take a term insurance. So would it be made invalid if tomorrow I come have a health condition that comes on after I have been enrolled for a few years in the term insurance policy? Would it void my term insurance policy if I fall ill, if I get diabetes or, for example, some other disease?
Your health condition should be okay at the time of purchasing the term insurance. If you're okay, absolutely there are no issues. Even if you have some illness developed over a period of time, it doesn't matter. It's probably it matters at the time of entry.
Time of what? Sorry, time of
entry into the contract, term insurance contract.
Okay, that's it. So
yes,
that's even a much more critical point to think about, right? So if you are healthy today and say that I'm going to remain this way, I think that is being foolish in a mindset. Right? We always are going to, as we get older, the body is going to pick up something which, even though you maintain a very healthy lifestyle, some genetic things that you inherit tends to bring on some diseases, right? So I think it is much more critical to people then to understand that at a very young age, taking at least the term insurance would secure you for a longer period of time, even though you are going to get diseases. God forbid, I hope you stay healthy all your life. But if this does come, this is a very good thing to make sure that you've already secured your risk way in advance. Now, I just want to tell you a small story, which reminds me of when I was very young. I took my first insurance policy when I was 22. Okay, I know it sounds surprising that why would I take a term insurance policy, because there was no tax benefits for it at that time when I was taking the policy. Because I had a colleague, a very senior colleague, he was at that time 45 and I was 22, like 22 years older than me. And he was after my case. Okay, I just got married, had my first child, he was like 1 year old. And he was talking about dying. I said, man, I mean, this guy is, and I told him actually, once I got so upset with him, I said, look, I not name him because unfortunately we are on Facebook, but I told him, I said, look, you are an old guy, okay? You should be worrying about taking insurance because you can die anytime. Why are you after my case? I said, I don't even earn enough today to run my family. I have a very small saving. I want to put it into fixed deposit. That time, recurring deposit and post office was the most famous way of saving money, right? That's what my parents taught me. That's what I used to do. And he was saying, take all that money out. First, take a term insurance. And I'm like, this guy is nuts. Okay, but then he was after my case. Still, I took my term insurance, and I totally have to thank him at this juncture that he told me then, because today I understand the implications of what he did then. Because if he had not got after my case, I would have not taken the insurance. I'm guaranteeing you. Okay, I would have done this RDs, FDs, which was the norm then. And that time stock market and all was like a very big thing, right? Now it's like every household does the investment, but I would have never invested in insurance. And now at this age, I realize the impact of what I did then, which today is covering a decent amount, even though I've survived all these years and come to this age. If God forbid something had happened at an earlier period of time, I would have not even been around to regret that mistake. So I would strongly recommend what you said, Vivek, is to tell people, think about the consequence, what if. That what if is nobody knows the answer to that question, right? But if you don't secure that, we are going to end up with a situation that you won't be able to manage it. But then I learned about the financial pyramid all way later in my life. But by the time, thanks to him, I had done most of this coverage by that time.
I think obviously you put it right, Granul. You really need to thank him. And you know, actually, he has saved you a lot of money. You know that?
True. I know.
You know how? You know how? You know how?
Tell me.
Just because you took the term insurance at a very young age, your premium would have been only this much.
Yeah.
If the same term, the term insurance, if you take it at like, if the same term insurance, if you're taking it like 45, probably would have paid thrice the amount whatever you have paid as a premium at the point of time.
Much higher also, I think, honestly. Because I'm sick. Now I have illnesses I can't be covered by term insurance. I said, they won't even make me eligible anymore, right? But at that time, at least I was a hale and healthy young kid with all energy and all my body in perfect condition. So I would have easily got, and I know the premium, as you said, was negligible. Even at that time, it was equal to a coffee even then, right? With the appreciation, the cost, the value has gone up. But that was exactly what he told me. He said, cut your morning coffee and pay your insurance policy. This is what exactly he told me. He said, that's what is going to come to. And I told him, why would I cut my coffee for an insurance policy that I'm never going to use? This is exactly what I told him. And today I realized that, thank God to him, I have the policy that's there now. So that was a good learning. And I really hope other people learn from this video and actually don't end up in the situation of not having the coverage. Any other points you want to tell any people on this point? We're coming pretty much to the end. I just wanted to get your thoughts overall on term insurance.
Till probably 4 or 5 years back, we didn't have an option known as a return of premium. usually people had an apprehension, right? I'm paying, like, for example, 10,000 rupees or 12,000 rupees or 15,000 rupees a year for the till the age of like 60, 70, 80. I'm not getting any benefit, because if the person survives that policy term, what happens? He doesn't get the money back, right?
Yeah.
Now the insurance company have realized the pain points, and they've come up with a plan known as a return of premium as well. So whatever the premium you paid till your policy term, and in case if you survive that policy term, what happens is the insurance company gives back your premium back to you. Probably there'll be some taxes which would be subtracted from that, but you would be getting a majority of your premium, whatever you paid for your policy. So that's one good thing, so that it motivates people to take term insurance, so that they don't feel that their money is getting wasted somewhere. So that's one thing I wanted to put it out. Second thing is many companies have come up with different plans within term insurance itself. Like, for example, usually what happens is the term insurance will be covered only until the age of like 70, 75, 80 or 85. Okay. Now there are many companies have come up with a plan till the age of 99. That's known as whole life cover, or till the 100 years cover. Okay. So these are some of the options which have come out now. So people, you need to contact the right kind of advisor. Definitely, I'm telling you, he is going to help you with the right kind of plan, and you can choose optimal one which should suit your needs, and based on your gross income, you can select the term policy.
Great, Vivek. Thank you for your time. I mean, I think this to me brought back good memories about my smart, I would say, forced decision in my life, thankfully. But I hope this, through this video, whoever watches this realizes from our life examples that actually there is a big risk that you would expose yourself if you don't cover yourself with insurance, and actually go forward and take that step. I think that's what I would like to achieve from this video, that people understand the impact of not taking insurance and what could possibly be the outcome of not doing that. So thank you, Vivek. Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure talking to you. Until we catch up again. Yeah, please.
I would like to add one point, Granul, before closing down, if I have your permission.
Oh, please.
Okay. There are many people right now, they're approaching online to purchase the term insurance. I would request people not to purchase the term insurance online, because you will be given probably 1,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees less when compared to a financial advisor. But the online insurance, term insurance, whatever you're getting, doesn't have the feature which you're looking for. There are many options which are available, which should be protecting you. Like, for example, terminal illness benefit, plus, for example, waiver of premium. All these clauses are removed in the online term insurance. You end up buying something on online, and you will be, I'm telling you will not be getting all these benefits. And at the end of the day, the term insurance, whatever you have taken, is going to be an utter waste. So don't waste your money on online. Find out the right advisor and go through him. I'm telling you, I'm sure he's going to suggest you a best plan.
So that is very good advice, Vivek. Again, I had another advisor also on the channel, and he said the same thing. The point we are missing is the fine print. We don't read the fine print in the policy, right? We look at the premium and say, okay, this premium is cheaper than the premium somebody else offered me. And I have also had that experience of my own, where I've talked about cheap versus value. Then he explained the same thing that you just said. And I think that is something good to reiterate. It's more about what you get when you get a settlement than what you think you're paying at the front end, because you're not paying the front end to get that money back, right? You're paying for what will be settled when you get the claim. And that, I think, is what you should look for in the value of a policy. So as Vivek said, if you get all coverage of other things besides just the term insurance, you're getting more out of the policy than what you would get. And the increment on the premium is going to be very minimal. So for the quantum of increment you're going to pay, your actually end benefits are going to be much higher. So very valid point, Vivek. Thanks for highlighting that. I really am glad that you said that as well. So anything else, Vivek, you'd like to add?
Probably I just want to add a metaphor here. It's like kind of a helmet, right? You don't buy a helmet for 250 rupees to protect your head, right? Definitely you're going to buy a costly helmet with ISI mark, so that it protects you when somebody meets with an accident, right? Just for namesake, you don't purchase an helmet. Similarly, you purchase a proper term plan that is going to be a helmet protection for your life. That's
a very, very good metaphor. I hope people realize this when they're talking about value for money, when they see something and they do it. So thank you, Vivek. As usual, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for sparing your valuable time in the evening to educate me and other people like me who watch these videos. So till we meet next time, take care and be well. To all the viewers,
Thanks a lot.
I'll be posting this on YouTube and Facebook as well. So please view it, write your comments, give us feedback on how we could make these videos better and add more valuable content. So till I see you next time, this is Grenville, Business Planning Coach. Wishing you well. Take care.